So the next thing we'll do is create one more. Let's do this. Let's punch the holes in here. So this is going to represent the gap in the front top rib, and these holes, this will be the bottom. Okay, now you notice when I did that, I kind of lost some of the, especially at the bottom here, some of the adherence I need. So what I can do is grab that edge at the bottom. So I double click, see it gives me that whole edge. And then I can, here, that posterior edge, oh, that's the front edge, that's okay. So the posterior edge is about where it needs to be. It needs to be up a little higher because that's rib 11 and 12. So I want to be right there. That's rib 10. The other thing I can do then is take this big face here and delete it. And now I'm starting to get that space. So important to remember, you can select the face and delete it. But if you have to start deleting edges or vertices, you have to use a special tool or a different option. So I'm going to select these two vertices and I'm going to scale them apart and then move them up a little bit. And I'll select these two vertices, and I want to again use that front window, or I'm sorry, the perspective window here to verify that I'm actually getting the right pair of vertices. Move them closer. So I kind of have now the margin, inferior margin. So now what I'd like to do, what is the heck is those things doing down there? Those things are, okay, these wings, you see how far out? I really didn't notice them until I looked at the top. Let's scale them in and move them back. I'm getting a little bit of a, yeah, see how I'm coming out a little too far. Okay, we can see it clearly here on the side. This edge is way out. So let's grab that edge. So right mouse, edge. Let's also bring it up a little more to where that edge would be. Alright, so that's still giving me a pretty decent, although I've lost my ability to stay here. How about if I take these vertices again and bring them anterior and superior, and take these guys here and bring them up. So you can see on the drawing here, I don't have the 11th and 12th rib, or you can barely see the 11th. So this is the 10th rib margin, inferior margin, I'm trying to line up to as much as possible. In order to keep this edge, I really need something in between. See, I'm losing it right here. So, especially if I want to keep them as far apart as they should be. So I think the best thing to do would be to insert an edge loop right here and let that edge loop give me the vertices I need to pull that margin. So maybe I'll line up with the top edge of, what would that be, 10, 9, 8. See, now I didn't drag, I just, make sure you can see what I'm doing. I made a mistake here. I didn't drag, I just clicked that one vertex, and as a result I only moved one instead of both. So I'm going to take Command Z for undo, drag so I get two at the same time, drag so I get two at the same time, and that's not bad there. This one looks like it could come down a little bit now, and I think I can actually make this not quite such a corner now. One way to do that might be to bring this forward and bring this up as well as out. So again, it's a guide. You don't have to get perfect with it, but it helps to give yourself as much. It's going to help to have. We're going to actually use this as in many ways a template, a three-dimensional template. That's why we're working on it. Now here, I've lost. I want to start bringing that back into my my shape again. Okay, well, that's not too bad. I think these two come together a little more. And I think these two at the bottom here seem to be sticking out more than they should be. Let's see where is that? Oh, that's that bottom one we were having a problem with before, or I was having a problem with. Alright, let's just move them back and down. Okay. So I'm getting a little narrow in the front, and I'm going to take separate these to make it a little broader. Grabbing the face and scaling them out, especially at the bottom there. Okay. Now that's giving me a little problem, but I think we can fix that with some other manipulations here, adding some more edges. So you can see when I go to number 1, it's a little extreme. Let me get that edge one more time. The edge that we used earlier. You can bring it in just a little bit. Here we go. So remember, the double click gives you the whole edge loop, and you can confirm that in the perspective window or sometimes just the other orthographic windows. Alright. Okay, so I think we're going to have to do, in order to keep the shape, gosh, that bothers the heck out of me, that bottom there. That and that. And the only thing I can think of is to move it back more so it lines up a little more. Maybe what I need to do is move the others front. When I do that, then I get this real shallow thing here. Okay, that's okay then. We'll leave that alone. Alright, let's go. Let's save this and then go to the last couple of phases here.